Hello, everybody. This is Debo with Debo's Movie Reviews here, and this week's review will be Skyfall, starring Daniel Craig as James Bond, Judi Dench as M, Ray, Ray Fiennes as Derek Mallory, Ben Whishaw as Q, Naomi Harris as Miss Moneypenny, Harvey Bardem as Raul Silva. Like I say, excellent third installment with Skyfall. I mean, it's almost like the You Only Live Twice of its timeline, of the Craig timeline. Had like starts out with his mission and shoot out and chase at the beginning, going from like that Land Rover vehicle to the dirt bike on that train. Oh, and all those epic scenes like the Volkswagen Beetles getting thrown off that train car. Oh, that one scene, Bond has to get that crane to attach that other train car, and then you got that fight on the train with Moneypenny as sniper. And you gotta admit, in a way, Skyfall's almost her origin story because it shows that she was a field agent who fucked up on a job and wound up hitting Bond, and then explains why Bond always gave her the cold shoulder. Or only never had an actual relationship, but just did a little with them being a little flirty. Well, that is between the Connery and Brosnan. One's Craig, on the other hand, was a little different. And of course, oh, it shows off with it. So scenario where Bond's off the grid and hiding in the island, and then he goes to a bar and sees Wolf Blitzer on CNN talking about the attack in England that blew up MI6 headquarters. And woof, of course, Bond, being the ardent patriot he is, answers the call, comes back, and then tries to re up, and then only when he meets Silva to find out how disposable he really was and all. Which you can almost say, when it comes to Bond villains, I can almost say Raul Silva's one villain that more people would identify with. Where it's as the good guy gone bad because of disposable, as it realized how disposable he was after attacking the headquarters, burning and via YouTube leaking information that basically burned every other spy in MI6. And woof. I mean, guy was part. Guy was basically like Bond's equivalent to Francis X. Hummel from The Rock. But yeah, that's going to be a separate review. But villains had the same motive of ardent patriots who were betrayed by their governments. And in a way, you can almost say the Judi Dench was almost kind of like the real villain of the story, burning spies, and then of course sending Bond out after on a mission after he was already declared unfit for service upon his return. I mean, where he couldn't lost his edge on the gun range and other forms of tearing, and then the whole wordplay with where you learn about old Skyfall, where one gets really in depth and definitely debunks the code name theory for the Craig timeline. Anyway, and of course, oh god, back to the old epic action, like that scene in Shanghai where little sequence in Shanghai where he's going after Silva's hitman, but failed to stop whoever it was that guy was trying to kill to get the information. And woof, talking about, and then it got that club, and he meets that girl, and I can say when it comes to that, comes to Bond movie, Skyfall's one where the main Bond girl gets the least amount of screen time, and the second one in the Craig timeline die on his hands. Well, third if you count Fields from Quantum. But, but yeah, I say I like except for like Madeline and No Time to Die, Inspector and all, about the ones that he was able to keep afloat. Well, besides Camille from Quantum, who did what she had to do and just went on with her life. And oof. And I give it to Javier Bardem being an excellent villain. At first, I thought they were going to rehash License to Kill, but hey, that was an excellent take on the villain. I mean, just looking villainous with that blonde wig and just snarky attitude. And then allowed himself to get captured. I mean, he pulled some Joker moves in this one. Allowed himself to get captured just to increase another master plan. Get the M and all. And oof, I mean, he hated M because she burned him, and yet Bond, who got burned multiple times by her, kept coming back. And oof, talk about how. And I gotta give it to old Ray Fiennes. I mean, he proved his worth of being like in this changing the guard storyline of how the old M dies and then the new M takes over. Kind of like at the end where he showed the office, the new office looks exactly like the original office from the Connery and Dalton days. I mean, Connery, Moore, and Dalton days. Well, so I say more or less more, I meant to say. Like the role of Kincaid, played by Albert Finney, who was originally supposed to be Connery, but he turned it down. And surprisingly, they didn't plan on getting Moore while he was still alive, or Dalton, because yeah, it would have been awesome to have Craig and Dalton team up, because they were pretty much the more greatest book accurate Bonds I could think of. Hell, talking about little action scenes where action where with Silva's boys attack that government building, and then of course uh, where Bond and Mallory tried to team up, and then the whole encounter in Q, I could give it to him with just giving Bond a smart gun and a silencer. Talk about excellent gadgetry for the less gadget laden timeline of the Bond era. Because, hell, over in the books, that is, where Bond was just wits and a gun. Whereas Connery and Dalton and Brosnan, and especially Roger Moore, was all about the gadgets. I mean, just point out all the correlations between Bond and Batman. Of like, Batman's parents killed in front of him. Bond's parents died in the climbing accident. Although in fan theory, you can almost say they were killed too, you know, kind of like in a supposed accident. And of course, you got that. Oh, and of course, at the Skyfall Manor, which is old Bond's childhood home, and then of course, this one is more deaf into Bond demand, which of course debunks the code name again. Hell, talking about some epic fight scenes there with Bond just starting off with just like his PPK and a double barrel rifle. But wait, he lost the PPK in that Chinese gangster club before he turned himself to Silva. And then Silva turning himself in and allowing himself to get her captured and all. And then the old scene with him, and then talking about how this failed suicide attempt with the cyanide council just gave him a real bad case of meth mouth. And woof. And yeah, I gotta say, Raul Silva is one of the more diabolical villains. Hell, that old back to the showdown at Skyfall Manor. Man, talk about that old showdown goons, and then Silva in that helicopter, talking about that boom 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 song. Kind of like really unexpected, because a lot of people were either expecting Ride of the Valkyries or A Fortunate Son. But hey, way to break a cliche. And oof, an old epic showdown there. Bond going up to yanking that also a rifle off of his guns, and then the helicopter destroying that beautiful Aston Martin. And I gotta give it to Naomi Harris playing Moneypenny. She did a damn good job and the most badass Moneypenny of any Bond adaptation. I mean, I'd say, along with the epic Adele song, this one's an old epic 5 out of 5. I hope y'all like, subscribe, and enjoy, and I'll keep dishing them out.